blast from the past. Remember when you laughed.
Welcome to Big Kids TV Podcast, the podcast where we deep dive into the shows that shaped our childhoods. Today, we're taking a trip back to the world of James the Cat. This classic animated series introduced us to a sophisticated but slightly out of his depth cat, navigating life at the corner house number 104. From his early days as a pampered pet to his unexpected role as a diplomat, James the Cat charmed audiences with its quirky humour, unforgettable characters, and gentle storytelling. So grab a cup of tea, get cosy, and let's rediscover the magic of James the Cat. James the Cat is an animated children's television series that first aired in 1984, created by Kate Canning and produced by Jan Clayton for Grampian Television. This show quickly became a beloved staple of UK children's programming. The series followed James, a refined yet self-important cat, as he navigates life at the corner house number 104 after his owners move away. Over the years, James befriends a colourful cast of animal characters and even embarks on diplomatic adventures in later episodes. With its storytelling, charming animation, and engaging characters, James the Cat remains a nostalgic favourite for many who grew up in the 1980s as well as the 1990s. James the Cat first appeared in the 1975 series Flower Stories, before receiving his own show nearly a decade later. As mentioned before, the premise of James the Cat is simple, yet engaging. James, once a pampered pet, is left behind when his human owners move away. He finds himself in the garden of the Grand Corner House, where he must adapt to a new life amongst a diverse group of animal friends. The show follows James as he interacts with other inhabitants of the garden, including Mrs. Lavender, who was a wise Irish snail, Frieda, a friendly and motherly kangaroo, Citroen, a French dog with a distinctive accent, Rocky, a not so bright but very lovable rabbit, Dennis, a pink, fire-breathing Welsh-accented Chinese dragon, and finally Ma and Pa Rat, the next-door neighbours along with their mischievous rat children. The series' gentle humour and storytelling made it an ideal programme for young audiences, blending everyday garden adventures with occasional elements of fantasy. James the Cat underwent a noticeable shift between its two series. In the first season, James is primarily focused on adjusting to life at the corner house. Initially unfamiliar with his surroundings, he learns to coexist with the other garden animals, often stumbling through new experiences while maintaining his air of superiority. The humour often stems from James' posh attitude and the way the other animals gently poke fun at him. By the second season, which aired in 1986 to 1988, James takes a more prominent role beyond the garden. He becomes a diplomat, sometimes referred to as a VIP. This change expands the show's premise, allowing James and his friends to embark on international journeys or receive important visitors. The introduction of diplomatic storylines brought an imaginative and adventurous twist, exposing young viewers to the idea of global exploration and responsibility. James the Cat aired on ITV from March 10, 1984 to December 24, 1988, with 52 5-minute episodes produced over 2 seasons. While primarily a UK favourite, James the Cat also found international audiences. In the United States, the first series aired between 1989 and 1991 as part of Eureka's Castle on Nick Jr. Later, PBS Kids Sprout acquired broadcasting rights, airing both seasons between 2005 and 2006, introducing the series to a new generation of viewers. Despite its modest production, James the Cat left a lasting impact, remembered for its quirky characters, gentle humour, its unique animation style, and most definitely the theme tune. Throughout the late 1980s, James the Cat was released on VHS by Tempo Video and Screen Entertainment, ensuring that fans continue to enjoy the series beyond the television broadcasts. However, despite its relatively limited home media distribution, James the Cat has remained in the hearts of many who grew up watching it. Although James the Cat was not as widely known as some other TV shows of the time, it was well received for its storytelling and endearing characters. Fans of British children's TV often recall James the Cat fondly, particularly its soothing narration and slow-paced, imaginative storytelling. Its slightly surreal, dreamlike tone and its cast of characters made it stand out from other children's programming at the time. While some younger viewers may have found certain accents difficult to understand, the show's themes of friendship, adaptation, and adventure resonated with many. Today, James the Cat remains a nostalgic gem, fondly remembered by those who grew up in the 1980s and the early 1990s. Although it has yet to receive a major modern revival, its legacy endures in online discussions, vintage VHS collections, and the memories of those who spent afternoons at the corner house with James the Cat and his friends. James the Cat may not have been the flashiest or the most high-profile children's show of its time, but its gentle humour, imaginative storytelling, and quirky characters made it a memorable part of the 1980s and 1990s childhood. Whether through its original ITV broadcast, its Nick Jr.'s appearance in the US, or its later reruns on PBS Kids Sprout, James the Cat captured the hearts of many. For those who remember it fondly, James the Cat is more than just an animated series. It's a cherished piece of childhood nostalgia that continues to be appreciated by those who grew up watching it. That's it for today's episode of Big Kids TV Podcast. We've reminisced about James the Cat, his charming world, and the nostalgia it brings to so many of us. Whether you remember watching it on ITV, Nick Jr., or as I mentioned, PBS Kids Sprout, there's no denying that James and his garden friends left a lasting impression. If you've enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to subscribe, share, and join us next time as we uncover more forgotten gems from the golden age of kids TV. And until then, keep embracing your inner big kid.
Big Kids TV Podcast, bringing back the blast from the past. Remember when you laughed?